When we think about ways to make a small room look bigger, the first thing that comes to mind is painted white. And although it is true that light colors can contribute to how open a space can feel, this is far from the only option or piece of advice designers can give about this topic. Whether you have a small room in your home that deserves more attention, or you live in a tiny apartment and want it to feel more spacious, this video is for you. So let's talk about 10 tips to make small rooms look bigger. Tip number 1, monochromatic color scheme. Color can have a big impact on how big or small a room feels. Sticking to a monochromatic color scheme, using varying shades of the same color, can create a more open, unified look. To make the room feel more open, sticking to lighter tones for the walls is the best option. For example, light gray walls with lighter or darker shades of gray in the furniture or decor keep the eye moving without breaking up the space. You don't have to stick to just neutrals either. You can use soft blues, greens, or even blush tones. The key is consistency, which helps the room flow and feel more expansive. As a bonus tip, when choosing patterned furniture, accessories, or even wallpaper, opt for larger patterns rather than smaller ones. This will prevent a small space from becoming overwhelmed with visual information, making it feel less busy. Tip number 2, choosing furniture with legs. Next up, Legstock Furniture. One trick that can really open up a space is choosing furniture with exposed legs. Why? Because when you can see under the furniture, it creates the illusion that the floor extends further, making the room feel less crowded. Think about it. A bulky couch that sits flat on the floor might look heavy and closed off, but if you have a sofa with raised legs, it gives the room more visual space. Try this with other furniture like chairs, coffee tables, and even dressers. Tip number 3, use multifunctional furniture. When you're working with a small space, every piece of furniture should work over time. That's why multifunctional furniture is your best friend. Take this ottoman, for example. It's not just a place to rest your feet. It also has storage inside for blankets, magazines, or even toys. Furniture that serves multiple purposes like sofa beds or foldable tables help you reduce clutter and makes the room feel less cramped. Bonus points if the furniture is stylish and doesn't scream storage. Tip number 4, keeping furniture proportional. One common mistake people make in small rooms is using oversized furniture that overwhelms the space. Keeping your furniture proportional to the room size is essential. You want to avoid large, bulky pieces that dominate the room and instead opt for smaller, streamlined furniture. Think compact sofas, slim armchairs, and narrow side tables. It's all about creating balance. Also, keep the spacing in mind. Leave enough room for movement so the space feels open and accessible. In this case, less really is more. Tip number 5, use vertical space. Don't forget to think vertically. We often focus on floor area in small rooms, but using vertical space can help you make the most of your square footage. Tall bookshelves or cabinets can draw the eye upward and create the illusion of height. You can also hang your curtains high, right up to the ceiling all the way to the floor, to give the impression of taller windows and higher ceilings. And don't be afraid to hang art or decor higher up on the walls. The more vertical emphasis you create, the larger and more open your room will feel. In the same category, you can use vertical lines to give the illusion of height. This can be done using shiplap, wood panels, or even wallpaper. Before we move on to tip number 6, let me quickly remind you to leave a like if you're enjoying the video and consider subscribing to the channel if you like this kind of content. Tip number 6, incorporate glass and transparent furniture. Another great trick is using glass or transparent furniture. When you're in a small room, every piece of furniture takes up visual space. but glass or acrylic furniture seems to disappear, making the room feel more open. Take this glass coffee table for example. It serves its purpose, but because you can see right through it, it doesn't block your line of sight. This helps maintain a clean, spacious look. You can use the same concept with chairs, desks, or even shelves made from clear materials. Tip number 7. Use mirrors to reflect light. Mirrors are an interior designer's secret weapon. Not only do they reflect light, but they also create the illusion of depth, which makes any room feel much bigger than it actually is. Large wall mirrors can visually double the size of a space by bouncing light around and reflecting parts of the room back to you. Although I'm personally not a fan of mirrored furniture, they can also work depending on your style and personal preferences. Either way, the placement is key here, so try putting the mirror where it will reflect the most light or open spaces. Tip number 8. Use large area rugs. A large area rug can really tie a room together and make it feel more spacious. The trick is to use a rug that's big enough to fit under all major furniture pieces like your sofa, chairs, and coffee table. When everything sits on the same rug, it creates a sense of cohesion. On the other hand, small rugs can chop up the floor space and make the room feel even smaller, so avoid those if possible. Go big and your room will feel more open and connected. Tip number 9. Maximize natural light. One of the easiest ways to make a room feel larger is by maximizing natural light. Natural light creates a sense of openness that artificial lighting just can't match. If you have a small window, try to make the most out of it by using sheer curtains or even skipping curtains altogether for a minimalist look. The key here is to let in as much sunlight as possible. You can even use light color window treatments that blend into the walls, allowing the light to flow naturally into the room. If you're working with a room that has no windows, take advantage of beautiful lamps with slim profiles that don't take a lot of space and prefer warmer light bulbs for extra coziness. Tip number 10. Declutter and organize. This last one can be obvious, but it is super important. Clutter is the enemy of small spaces. If your room is packed with too much stuff, even the most clever design tricks won't help. The more open space you can see, the larger the room will feel. To keep clutter at bay, use hidden storage solutions like baskets, bins, or even built-in shelves. Floating shelves are a great option too. They help maximize wall space without taking up valuable floor area. Also, remember to keep your surfaces like tables and countertops as clean and tidy as possible. A well-organized room feels bigger simply because it's not visually overwhelming. Designing a small space can be challenging, but by incorporating some of these tips, you'll be able to create a beautiful and functional room no matter its size. If you're looking for more inspiration on small spaces design, you might want to watch this video next, where I redesign a tiny apartment's main living area. And if you like this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more home decor related content. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.